Is which AFC South team is actually going to challenge the Jags, the champs?
I look at Kay, the team that plays in your stomping ground from the weekend. If you follow Kay on Instagram, she was in Nashville, Tennessee, the Titans. I just have one question.
I think I only Instagram so you look at it.
Of course.
You told me that you can't wait.
I just want to know, did anybody walk up to you and say that you're the only 10 I see? Because that's my dream.
Nobody said it, but it was written to me.
They thought it was written to you. I like it. All right, the Titans. We ended that clip there with Leonard Fournette screaming Duval.
Yeah.
And for all the incredible things that Jacksonville did last year, and I love them, they lost twice to the Titans. We all remember the one at the end of the season with Marcus Mariota and the stiff arm. Guys, go back to week 2. The Titans went into Duval and made the Jags look like David Duval with the yips or Shelley Duval with the door getting cut down, all right? They absolutely got smashed. So I have to say the Titans. The Jags were the coolest team in the league, but they were not the best team in their own division. Tennessee took it to them, and I am way, way in on what Mike Vrabel is going to bring to that team. I think Malcolm Butler's an incredible player, and they got some good pieces. I think Vrabel is going to be a thing, a big thing. I believe in him. I may even double back in this segment and double down, but it is the Titans, and I don't even think it's close.
Mariota has to have a turnaround year. Last year was not great. Corey Davis hopefully helps it. I feel like they have the strongest overall roster in this division.
I got to go with the Houston Texans.
Okay.
Getting back a healthy Deshaun Watson, a healthy J.J. Watt. They added Honey Badger this year to that secondary. They brought in Aaron Colvin from Jacksonville Jaguars, and then Jadeveon Clowney, who looked like an absolute beast last year in the absence of J.J. Watt. I just think this is a team that can challenge Jacksonville Jaguars. From a defensive standpoint, this is a team that can match up pretty much, it seems like, on paper at least, with any other offense in that division. And I like getting Deshaun Watson back healthy, man. Just looking what he did last year, I'm excited for his sophomore season. I can't wait to see what he does. I think he has big things in the works for him, and I'm looking forward to a great season out of him.
I'm just excited to watch them, Striggs, because if you're looking at star power in this division, it's all with the Texans.
Yeah, a few teams had to come over more than Houston last year. Forget even the players on the field. The hurricane happens right during the preseason, and all of a sudden everyone's uprooted out of their homes. Then you lose Deshaun Watson. Then you lose J.J. Watt, all that stuff. Houston is going to be really interesting. The team, though, that I think is the biggest wild card, maybe in the NFL, because I don't know what they are. I don't know who they are with their quarterback. I don't know what they are with their coach, because their coach wasn't their first pick. Indianapolis Colts are a weird deal right now. Yeah. But what if it all goes right? What if Frank Reich is the guy, and he brings a championship mentality from the Eagles? And what if Andrew Luck is healthy by the time we get going, and he's fresher, and he's more responsible, and he's the kind of guy that has been watching for 2 years and is ready to explode on the league and say, you know what, enough is enough with hearing about Carson Wentz and Deshaun Watson. I'm the guy. I'm the young one. The Colts are really interesting. They had a lot of guys leave in the offseason, and they did not get Josh McDaniels, and this setback with Andrew Luck is a tough pill to swallow. But if all goes right for the Indianapolis Colts, I don't think there's any doubt that Andrew Luck can look Blake Bortles, Marcus Mariota, and Deshaun Watson right in the eye and say, I'm a better quarterback than you, I'm a better leader than you, and I have won more than you have in the league. I am the guy who you have to take down.
How about that? And how about that draft for the Colts, too, Peter?
So many picks.
Right.
So many picks. They have the 6th pick, but they also have about 11 in the next 2 rounds. The Colts are I don't know what they are. Yeah. They could be 1-15 this year. Yeah. Or they could be a playoff team.
We'll revisit it after the draft with all those picks and see how it shakes up in the AFC South. But for now, the current NFL players, who are you most excited to see in this lot?
I'm gonna go back around and just piggyback on what I already said. I'm gonna go with Deshaun Watson just because of what he was able to. Just because of what he was able to do last year. Most passing TDs by a rookie in single season in Texans history. Anytime you start stats with most in NFL history for a player. Great Mad Lib. Listen, that's a guy that I can't wait to see what he does. His scramble ability, and then the deep passes to DeAndre Hopkins, Will Fuller. I can't wait. That's, to me, as an offensive guy, those are the things I'm most excited to see are deep passes, one-handed catches, scrambling the quarterback, creating plays and all those kinds of things.
See, you also mentioned Jadeveon Clowney. I was surprised because I would think you would not like pass rushers who go #1 to the Texans. I would think you'd have a edges against right?
Kind of.
Am I right? That's my man. My man.
Yeah, for me, it's an offensive player as well, and it's not a quarterback, which we usually get excited about. But, all right, there have been 11 wide receivers taken in the top 5 in the draft since 2000, all right? And I did the list here. 4 of them have been great and are headed to the Hall of Fame, like on that track. A.J. Green, Calvin Johnson, Larry Fitzgerald, Andre Johnson. They're in the conversation. 3 of them have been good. to very good. Sammy Watkins, Amari Cooper, Braylon Edwards. Like, you're not going to regret picking those guys. 3 of them didn't work out. Justin Blackmon had his issues off the field. Peter Warrick had injuries. Charles Rogers had stuff off the field and injuries.
Yeah.
Where does Corey Davis fit? Where is Corey Davis? Is he Hall of Fame? Is he headed there? Is he good? Or is he not going to work out? Because when you're the 5th overall pick and you're a wide receiver, and there's only been 11 of them taken since 2000, you need to be held in a different conversation, and the responsibilities are different than if you're an Antonio Brown taken on a late round or you're Odell Beckham taken after the top 10. This guy is supposed to be one of the top 11 wide receivers ever drafted since 2000. Where is he going to fit on that? Because we saw a glimpse of it in that playoff game against the Patriots. He might have been the best player on the field in the first half. I mean, unbelievable catches, everything. But we can't be doing the kitty gloves and saying, well, it'd be nice to see him have a... No. You were drafted 5th overall in a loaded NFL draft that had talent all over the field last year. What is Corey Davis in his sophomore season? He needs to start delivering now.
He's there. Listen, we think Marcus Mariota is still sort of in a little bit of purgatory. We don't know if he's great or not. Like, he needs to make up his mind. That's why Corey Davis was drafted. Make Marcus Mariota a Super Bowl quarterback. That's why you're here. Huge season for him. That's a great pick.
I'm excited to see. What do you got?
They're going to have to deal with... Go ahead.
No, you go.
No, go ahead.
I'm going to go back to the one more time to the Tennessee Titans because the head coach. I am so fired up for Mike Vrabel. I said this already. It's kind of interesting, too, because if you look at the Patriots and all we've watched with Belichick for all these years, we've seen a lot of his former players go into broadcasting. We've seen Willie and Rodney and Brewski, and then we've seen so many of his assistants go into coaching. The fact that a Belichick player, a Belichick legend, really, that we all watched for years, is now a head coach. Like, who doesn't love Mike Vrabel? If you've watched him for 1 second, you love him. And, you know, those coaches pick comes out, and we all put him up on the big screen. We all kind of bust chops and make fun. Noticing nothing was said about Mike Vrabel, because Mike Vrabel is awesome. The term is very tired. It's like a man crush I have on Mike Vrabel. This is a guy, like, legend at Ohio State, goes on legend in New England, beautiful family. He's on Hard Knocks. He's got the fat lower lip and a blue tongue he kind of speaks with. He's the guy that you want to roll with, and I think this is going to work. We've seen other people from the Patriots organization become head coaches, and it sort of doesn't. If I had to invest in a new head coach, I'm in on Mike Vrabel. It went that fast. A little time on Ohio State, a little time in Houston. Head coach. I love Mike Vrabel. I'm fired up to see him.
They have a lot of pressure, and I did look at that photo, and I think I chose him to help me move.
That's what. See, that's a compliment, okay? Throw that couch over his shoulder. It's easy.
I'm gonna go.
That's a man.
Get a matcha tea. You move the stuff out of my apartment.
Yeah.
We'll talk later.
I got it.
I love that he's under a lot of pressure, though, too. Don't you think?
I think the most pressure of any new head coach is takes over the best team.
So. All these guys you're mentioning are going to have to deal with the Jaguars defense. And I feel like we all love Jalen Ramsey and tell them those are some great personalities. But the guy I'm most excited about is a guy who I think is so zoned in and focused that he's going to break out even more than he did last year when he had 12 sacks in a league that is one away from being top 5 in the league. And it's friend of the show, 2-time friend of the show now, Yannick Ngakoue. We had him on the show. We'll show you in a second. I remember he came in and I said, what have you been doing? Like off season? Did you go on vacation? I've been just working, grinding really hard. He wants to be the best in the league. He wants the respect. It is so obvious. It just like emanates from him. So he's a great personality too. Take a look at a young Yannick Ngakoue. Worst way somebody's pronouncing Ngakoue.
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 Yannick Ngakoue.
Sounds like a pasta.
Like I tell a lot of guys, the good guys just get sacks, but the great ones get the ball out. And I try to go for the ball and get the ball out so I can give Blake a chance to go score so we can get wins.
Okay.
Okay.
You got to know, coming into the season, when you talk about the best edge rushers, you have to really focus in on the AFC South when you go to Jacksonville. It's a guy there with the number 91 that's holding it down over there, getting a lot of strip sacks, getting his quarterback the ball back, and giving his team a chance to win.
I think he's a star.
Yeah, I do.
6 forced fumbles, wearing that off-white hoodie. Love everything about him.
I would definitely play with him. For sure.
He's awesome. I think he's going to rock the NFL in a big way. All right, coming up, he was the Cotton Bowl MVP for the Badgers. I've got the draft story on Troy